So the third habit to maximize your creativity invites us to take care of our bodies, because our bodies should be considered as our creative temple. It's also about refining the senses. I think the creative flow has, for most artists, created instances where we no longer felt the demands of our bodies. Creativity is a strong adrenaline-producing agent, so we need to be aware of this and treat our bodies accordingly. Even Mother Teresa was ordered by her parish priest to take Sundays off. His argument was that she was going to burn herself out and should consider how many more people she could help if she went for longevity. The equation is simple. You can burn yourself out and create for a certain period of time, or stick around and contribute more, but you'll never feel you've created enough. Even Leonardo da Vinci said on his deathbed, "I have sinned against God and man, for have I really created anything of significance?" The reason we'll never do enough is quite simply because creativity is infinite. It has no boundaries or limits. So the next question is, what is enough? Mozart died at 35 because he led an unhealthy lifestyle and fell prey to the incessant demands of the creative flow. But he still produced over 800 musical compositions. So it's all quite relative, because we don't know what time we have in this manifestation, so we can only control what we do with the time that we have. That being said, the consensus for living a creative lifestyle is that it's a good idea to not only consider treating your body like a creative temple, but to also make it your sensorial ally. By this I mean to refine the senses and develop an enhanced way of perceiving, so that you're constantly rediscovering the world around you and feed the second creative habit, namely curiosity. So how do we do that? Well, we develop a new way of touching, smelling, tasting, hearing, and seeing by bringing an enhanced mindfulness to the way of perceiving. We'll talk about mindfulness in more detail in the next creative habit, but it basically involves using your senses from a higher standpoint of perception. So, you won't be touching at times, but merging. You won't only taste or smell, you will savor. You won't only hear, you'll listen. And you'll stop looking and start seeing. If you don't see the differences, then I'll explain. When you use your senses paired with your higher mind's intuitive faculties, you extend the vibratory range you can react to. When touching something or someone, you can let your intuition and your inner dialogue create images and visualizations, just like when you're wanting to create a symphony, a poem, or a painting. So I hope you can see the difference between a simple unconscious touch and this process. You're using your sense of touch in an intuitive way, as well as physically, to be a catalyst for bringing forth creative newness and allowing this merging. When tasting or smelling, allowing food, wine, or perfume to yield its subtleties brings a new dimension in appreciation of the process that was used to create it. You're savoring. I'm sure you realize that you most likely have never had tears in your eyes hearing music. You had to be listening. You never had a painting or a sunset move your spirit by simply looking. You did this by seeing, just like the lovers in the movie Avatar when they are saying, "I see you." So our body is this creative temple where resides the resources to transmute our perception of reality into a joyous and enriching experience. We were given unlimited creative resources, but also an unlimited capacity for pleasure. A lot has been said in our religion and life ethics about pleasure and how it was to be restricted by being associated with sinful behavior. Pleasure is associated with aliveness, which boosts creativity. Hopefully the time has come to let go of guilt around pleasure and the refinement of our senses will lead to living a more alive, creative, and fulfilling, sensuous life. Enjoy! If you wish to see more of my talks on creativity and the behind the scenes of my creative meanderings, please subscribe to this YouTube channel or subscribe to my newsletter at the links below. If you wish to enhance your living environment with one or several of my images, please visit my fine art store. Be well and stay inspired.